Hey, what's going on? This is the Confidence Magnet here, with another great video. And in today's video, we're going to talk about how to attract women at an unfair advantage. Now, the things I'm about to tell you, I hope you use them for good. Try not to use them for evil, because with this newfound power that you're going to have, you're going to feel like you can share it with the world, that you can use it whenever you want. And you can use it to manipulate women. And you can use it to get sex from women. Or you can use it to just treat a woman the way you want to treat her and feel there's no repercussions. But trust me, if you use this against a woman and use it for evil, it can bite you in the ass. And don't say I didn't warn you. So without further ado, let's get it. Now, one of the things that you need to understand about women is they think different from men. Us men, we think logically. Women, they think more emotionally. That's the reason why. If you remember my other video that I did, I spoke about women. They like to feel a lot of things through, and they like to have you feel what they feel. So if you say that, if she says that she's thirsty, like in the movie White Men Can't Jump, if she says that she's thirsty, it's not that she wants you to quench her thirst. It's that she wants you to empathize with her on why she's thirsty and how you were thirsty at one point and how you feel how much pain thirst can be, or how uncomfortable thirst can be. Now, I'm not saying that this is all women, but to a certain extent, women think in this way. This is just one example. A woman might think another way. And one woman might hear this and say, "You crazy? If I'm thirsty, I want some water. You better have some water on deck ready for me." And another woman might say, "Well, I can understand that, because I hate when guys feel like they can do this, that, and the third and think that everything's about to be okay once they give me the water." No. Women, they think different. Women, they all think different, but they all think emotionally. Now, you got guys that talk with a lot of emotion in their tone. They sound real emotional. They sound like females. That's the reason why you got to check them. If you're a friend of theirs, be like, "Hey, man, you sound like a woman right about now, so I think you need to chill out with that." And by you saying that to them, they'll be like, "Okay, you're right. Let me calm down. Now, this is what I'm talking about when I say that this can be used for evil. Now, bear with me. Listen to what I'm about to tell you. Women, being that they're emotionally wired, they like thinking emotionally. A lot of guys put these women through an emotional roller coaster. So 1 minute, they may bring them a lot of joy, and the next minute, they may bring them a lot of pain, a lot of sadness, a lot of anger, a lot of frustration. And then that joy will come right back. And then it keeps cycling over. So when women, they see this pattern, they go, "Okay, I got through all the pain, the frustration, the sadness, the anger. Now I'm ready for the happiness." And when you put them through this emotion roller coaster, it confuses them. They say, "Well, I know he loves me because he bought me flowers the other day." And like, "Well, what did he do the other 5 days?" "Well, he didn't call, he didn't text, he was with other women, he was talking to you any old kind of way, but he bought you flowers at the end." And that's the reason why there are certain men that they get to have their way with women to a certain degree. And when I say have their way, I mean like they get to use these women however they see fit. And these women keep coming back. Now, I'm not saying that all women are like this. Some women, they have a little more sense, and they have a little logic behind their thinking. But there are women out there that they are wired emotionally, and they enjoy this roller coaster. So if you put a woman through an emotional roller coaster, my suggestion is it'll be positive, mostly positive. So you go happiness, joy, laughter, a little pain here and there, because everybody has pain. And that pain usually comes from you having to check her if she stepped out of line. And then you go, "Okay, being that you are in line, let's bring back the happiness, joy, laughter, and all the other good stuff." So you can use those emotional roller coasters to your advantage. Now, I wrote some of this stuff down, so bear with me. Okay, now, another thing you want to do is you want to appeal to her senses. And when I say senses, I mean, sense of smell, sense of sight, feel, taste, whatever the case may be. So what you want to do is you want to start smelling good. And when I say smell good, I'm talking about like throw on some good smelling cologne. What I like to do is if I buy cologne, I like to ask a woman, like, how does this smell? What do you think about this one and this one? I'm trying to decide which one is better. I'll probably buy a few and I'll get feedback from the cologne I wear. If I'm working with a bunch of women, or if I'm around a bunch of women and they go, ooh, that smells good, what is that? And I go, oh, this is such and such. And I'm like, ooh, that smells real nice. If I hear that from a number of women, then I go, okay, this is my cologne of choice. This one, it goes really well with my body chemistry. So a good smelling man is always attractive to women. That's the reason why women, they like smelling men's clothes, or they like smelling your neck, or whatever the case may be. You want to also wear nice clothes. Now, when I say nice clothes, don't think of it as expensive clothes. You don't have to break the bank to look good. You don't have to break the bank in order for women to be attracted to you. A pair of jeans and a t-shirt can do the trick with a nice pair of kicks, a nice pair of shoes, a nice pair of boots. This will do the trick. So you want to be looking good and smelling good. And one of the best ways to look good, in my opinion, and this is something that you can't take off, is pack on some muscle. Now, when I say take off, I mean like clothes. You could always lose the muscle if you don't exercise right, or if you gain a lot of weight and you have a lot of fat on your body. But you want to pack on some muscle. And when I say pack on some muscle, I'm not talking about like a bodybuilder. I'm just talking about like work out to the point that you're seeing the muscle pop out. You're seeing your abs pop out. You're seeing your shoulders get more bulky, your back getting more broader, your chest getting more broadened. So you want to pack on that muscle. You don't have to look like a bodybuilder in order to look good. There are women out there who like guys with a little fat on them. There are women out there who are chubby chasers, if you want to call them that. But a lot of women like guys with a masculine build. So you want to pack on the muscle and have a masculine build. So you want to keep that in mind when you decide that you're like, okay, I don't need to look like a bodybuilder, but I need to pack on this muscle. And trust me, when you pack on muscle, not only will the women like you, but other men will respect you. That's the reason why a lot of men who work out and everything, they get a lot of respect. Look at The Rock. Look at all these men in action movies with a lot of muscle. They get a lot of respect from the men. Sometimes it's personality, but other times, you're gonna say, okay, if I was in a situation where me and this guy were about to get into a fight, or it looked like it was heading that direction, I think I'll try to take the peaceful route because I don't want to get my ass kicked. So you want to have that look. You don't have to look like you spend all your life in the gym, but you just want to have the muscle there when you need it. And you want to have the strength there when you need it. So I'll tell you this. There are two types of guys. There are guys who attract women, and there are guys who women are compelled to. Now, there are women out there who, like, if you ask majority of the women, they'll say, oh, yes, he's very attractive. I like him. He's good looking. He smells good. He treats me well and all that other good stuff. And he's very manly. He's not a pushover. So this is something that you need in order to have women compelled to you. You want to attract her senses, because if you're attracted to the senses, then the person will become attracted to you. Now, when I say this, don't think that I mean you have to do this to get the woman. You want to work on making more money. So if you're at a job right now, you want to try to either get a raise or get another job that pays more. Because when you have more money in your pocket, it makes you feel good. It makes you feel like you have more control. It makes you feel like you're on point. And women, when they see this in men, that they have money, that they have all this, they're brimming with confidence because they have this money. You can even start your own business. If you think about starting your own business to help you making a little extra money, and let's say that that business, it allows you to quit your job because you're making even more money than you work at your job. This is an added bonus. This actually puts you at the top of the food chain, because a man with his own business is a man who writes his own check, who makes his own rules, and this is very, very sexy to women. This shows power, and women, they are compelled to men with power. I don't care how old you are, you will always see beautiful women surrounded by men with money and power. It translates into being a good provider. Now, let me also say this. You want to make sure that you can manage your money well too, because a guy with money can be parted from his money very easily when a beautiful face pops into the picture. So you want to be very selective of the women you're trying to attract if you have money, because you're going to attract a gang of women, but you want to be very careful with the women you select. You want to become a better communicator as well. Instead of trying to control and manipulate women, give them a better understanding on why they should trust you as the guy who can lead them. Now, I know there might be women out there who are like, well, no man's going to lead me. Da, 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 da. That's coming from a woman who hasn't been led properly, that's one, and who hasn't had a good reference of a good relationship of a guy who's a leader. Because I'll put it to you this way. Women will say that they don't need a man, but who are the guys that they call when they're in trouble? Who are the people that they call when they're in trouble? Who are the people that they call when there's danger? They call men. This could be cops, this could be their brothers, this could be their uncles, this could be their fathers. They call men. So they do need men in their lives. They may not need a relationship, monogamous relationship, if that's what they're trying to say, with a man, but they do need men in their lives. So you want to be the guy who she feels like she can submit to. When I say submit, don't think of it as a weakness. Think of it as a person who can say, okay, I can let my guard down. I can trust this person. I can be led by this person. If this person tells me to do something, I trust that they have my best interests. And I trust that I don't need to step out of line with this guy, because if I step out of line with this guy, he's not going to be too happy with it, and he will check me. So, and when I say check, I'm not talking about like physical harm. I'm just talking about like, you show her that that's not the way to go. You want her to go the opposite way. You want her to go in the direction you want her to go. Very important that you become a good leader to these women, because women are drawn to leaders. You also want to get to know women, because the better you know women, the better it is for you to understand them. And if you know how she thinks, you have a better advantage. So let's say that she's trying to get over on you, and you be like, listen, I know you too well. I know you're lying. I know you're trying to get over on me. So let's cut the bullshit, and let's say you tell me what's really on your mind. And she has to come clean at this point. So that's the reason why you want to get to know them a little better. One of the reasons why you want to get to know them a little better, because it puts you at a better advantage. So that whole let's talk and get to know each other is not about you withholding sex from yourself. It's about you saying, okay, let me get to know this person so I can see what this person is about. It might take a little while to get to know somebody, but each step that you take, you're like, okay, I know this about you, so let me keep that in my memory bank. I know that about you, so let me keep that in my memory bank. So you want to get to know this person, and don't take it as a, oh God, like all she wants to do is talk, oh my God. Let her talk, let her talk. See if she's consistent with her words. See if she's about her words, if she is about that life. If she's saying, oh, I want a guy who can treat me like this, that, and third, but she wants the opposite, you're like, okay, she's full of shit, so let me treat her accordingly. Or let me stop dealing with her because she's full of shit. One last thing I'll mention is you want to improve your sex game. And when I say your sex game, I'm talking about keeping this as a rule of thumb. Women always come first, if you catch my drift. Women always come first. Women should always have the orgasm first, because if you can give them that first one and you give them another one and another one before you orgasm, then you have to fight off with a stick. There are women out there that they lose their mind when they find a guy who can actually keep hitting them walls and making them come back to back to back to back. So that should be your goal. You might not get it right the first time. You might lose control and you might come before her, but you want to work your way up to that point where she comes first. And you want to keep that in mind. She comes first. She comes first. She comes first. And this isn't about you being all sensitive and caring like, oh my God, like, I think that you're special to me. No. It's about you getting that advantage. It's an unfair advantage. And trust me, this is one of those things that you got to be very careful who you do this with, because a guy who could swing some serious dick to the wrong person, it'll be very hard for him to shake this person. It'll be very hard for him to shake this woman. She will keep calling. She will show up at his doorstep unannounced. She will try to cook him something. She will try to get into a relationship with him. She'll ask him, hey, what are we? And you'll be like, oh, whoa, what's going on here? Like, I thought this was just sex. That's all I wanted. So you gotta be very careful who you do this with. I'm not saying that you can't give each woman you sleep with good sex, but I'm talking about the sex where it blows her mind. You gotta be very careful who you do that with. Now, with all this being said, all the stuff that I mentioned, you want it to be with confidence. The stuff that I'm telling you is gonna help you get that higher level of confidence, because you're gonna see things going in your favor. When you start to communicate with women a lot better, you're gonna notice that they're gonna start leaning more towards you than the other guy. If you start leading women, you're gonna start noticing that they're more cooperative, and other women are gonna see this and they're gonna be more cooperative. And once you appeal to their senses, you're gonna notice that women are more drawn to you. They're more compelled towards you. So you wanna work on yourself the best way you can, and this will help you get that unfair advantage. Anyway, that's for me today. I wanna thank you guys for tuning into today's video. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to rate this video. Give it a big thumbs up if you like it, or give it a big thumbs down if you didn't like it. Don't worry, I won't get mad. To each his own. But I think that this video deserves a big thumbs up. Don't forget to share this video with anyone you feel it can benefit. If you have friends or family members or co-workers or whoever the case may be, share this video with them so they can get that level of understanding on how to get an unfair advantage with these women that they're trying to get. Also, leave a comment. Let me see what you think about this video. Share your thoughts with me on this video. Anyway, that's me today. I want to thank you guys for tuning in today's video. Stay tuned for the next video. Peace.